Well, it's probably your boy Roderick with you cool here. Thank the Most High for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. And figure I was getting ready to do a video about these juices and these fragrances, but this kind of really ties into how I become fed up with certain things. Y'all know I like to talk and have fun with y'all guys, but this is kind of like serious, right? So it's about this young man I met a long time ago. You know, thought he'd be like a protege, you know, helping him out and doing some things. And, you know, it was reciprocal in senses. But this right here is just starting to really irk me just a bit. And let me tell you the story. And it does involve Pink, right? So, this is how this goes. The story is told by my protege that he was involved with a group. I think it was like a 3-piece group, and it had Alicia, aka Pink, involved in this group. And somehow he was able to take this group down to meet Babyface and you know, LaFace Records. And that's how she got a deal. They sent the other two, I guess, background, whoever they were. I'm not sure who it was. Never got that total story. But sent them back home. And you know, he wouldn't sit around and produce, but you know, the man having production skills. I mean, not enough to want to like write songs for somebody, whether it's Pink or somebody else on the LaFace establishment. When, you know, Babyface write most of the songs, you can tell, you know, Babyface song 25,000 miles away on 25 different people who sing, right? Who make albums. You just know it, but that's the template. Once you find a template, you know, he's a nice songwriter, you know, but, you know, things come to people who do things that they're not supposed to do, but they still get played. And that's what all about right now. It's about really getting your music played in the right venue, and you can become a star like myself, but I don't hustle that way. So that's how I am in the music community. Y'all know me, Grammy member, 10 albums, work with major artists, met major artists, all this stuff. But it doesn't matter to me because I worked all my life. And I'm still working to this day because I like to work, right? So, you know, anybody, I don't want to be held by somebody, I got to do this and do that just to get some money to make a living. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm able to do something else just in case they take that money away. So, homie comes back. I said, well, what happened? He was like, well, yeah, man, you know, they like Pink. They kept Pink, Alicia, and they gave me this contract. He said about this wide and said, look, you're on your own. You want to come down here and be involved. You got to, you know, pay for your rent, pay for this, pay for that, pay for that. In other words, you're not a producer, bro. You just got lucky and introduced a woman that somebody else liked. And that can happen to anybody if you know great singers. And a lot of us just want to find great singers so we can introduce them to somebody. But, you know, it don't happen that way anymore. Everybody can do their own music now. You can do your own thing. And you don't really need anybody to introduce you to anybody. You know, with social media, you can do a song with anybody and all of a sudden just get it out there and it get hit. And, you know, blah, blah, bang, you know. But this young man got lucky enough to be able to take them down and meet them. But they didn't want him and they didn't want the other two young ladies. Now, from what I understand, I think I worked with the other two young ladies. I'm not going to mention their names because they have nothing to do with this. And I worked with them. I did some tracks for them in my own studio. And they could sing. They really could sing, you know. But that's neither here nor there right now. Let's get back to Miss Alicia, my associate, so on and so forth. So, I mean, the brother, I forgot how I met him, but somehow he came to my studio a long time ago. I said, look, man, I teach you how to, you know, make beats and Whatever. Somebody turned them on to me or turned me on to him. And, he's trying to learn how to make beats, MPC and all that stuff. And he would buy equipment. I said, well, buy this, buy that. And I would go over his crib, and help him set it up. I mean, oh, you need this, bro. Go over there, help him set it out. Do this, go something. From way back to Homeboy days, who used to live down in North Philly. Gilly. Now Gilly's a star, right? $1 million guy, right? $1 million, whatever it is. That's Gilly, right? So I can throw names out there. Because Gilly used to live in North Philly. And when he got his name on the back of a SEPTA bus, I mean, the boy, I never even listened to a Gilly rap, by the way. But he knew Gilly. So, a man put himself around people. And that's what you do. When you're in the business, if you're a popularity hustler, not just because he probably want to give Gilly some tracks, whatsoever, Gilly some tracks, whatever it is. So that's how that went, right? Come down. Yo, Raj, can you come down and help me hook this up? Yeah. What do you think I should buy next? Buy that. But he still does that to this day. He still does this to this day. Whole different level, though. Because though he didn't get an association with Pink, with Babyface Records, which was never going to happen, I could have got a deal with Babyface Records because I'm a music producer, right? I'm a Grammy member. I know how to make tracks. That's what I do. But I didn't go down there with him. He went down there with 3 girls, Pink stage, sipped them back, sipped 2 young ladies back, or 3, whatever it was, the group they was in, and he came back. So fast forward to the story that I heard not too long ago. He told me, when I told him, I said, man, Pink always gracing you with some loot and buying you this and buying you that, man. I mean, that's cool, but in the merits of being in the music business, she shouldn't have to buy you this, buy you that. You should be at this point that you're making money on your own because Pink, instead of you like, okay, cool, getting microphones and hire. Yo, Raj, I was talking to Pink. What microphone you think I should ask her to grab me? And I said, well, man, tell her to get you a freaking Neumann U87, bro. Shoot, I wish I could afford a Neumann U87. Now, of course, I could have had Neumann U87 100 years ago. But, again, that mic doesn't mean anything to me. It's me pinning songs and me dropping tracks. That's what I don't care about a mic. Mike can't do nothing to me if my music is booty. Well, he doesn't produce music. So, I'm trying to, why does he need a mic? Well, now he's trying to run a studio that he does audio books out of and all this stuff. So then the people can sound good. So instead of him being a producer, now he's just a studio owner to have people come through from Philly and some other places maybe and do things down the joint. But again, it's still the same thing. So a couple weeks ago, he hit me up. He said, Pink sent me a new one, the Mini Mac Mini, whatever. Them joints like $3,000. I'm saying to myself, man, look, bruh, this has been going on too long, right? Because as y'all can see, I'm in a picture with Pink, right? So some like, well, man, why you always calling me about something and Pink gonna buy you something, bro? You don't even want to put me down. Why don't you try to grab something for me, bro? Why don't you say, all right, Pink, you ain't give me a mic, man. You want me to ask her, to grab a mic for you or somebody? No, he's never done that. So I said to him in a way, I was like, well, yo, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, I'm responsible for Pink having a $300 million contract. That's why I get this. I'm like, what? What track have you ever produced by Pink, for Pink, whatever, to get $300 million? Because you got lucky and took her down to meet LaFace Records. They didn't keep you, they didn't keep the other 2 girls, they kept her. And then she owed you $300 million. She done bought you rims, done bought you cars, probably done help pay for your house, all that stuff. She got money. She like that. And I'm surprised that she wouldn't just let him grow up. Because for some reason, I think my man never grew up. When people always giving you stuff, it doesn't make you want to hustle and do anything particularly. I mean, it's either somebody can just set up a studio and say, all right, cool, I'm just going to be a studio engineer. Fine, but you calling me. Bro called me and said, well, man, look, the computer ain't working right, man. Something's happening with this, that. I took it to freaking the Geek Squad. He's taking a $3,000 Mac computer, Apple computer to the Geek Squad. I said, bro, y'all don't know about no freaking Apple? They garbage. They're going to tell you anything to take your money and give you the joint back because they don't know anything else. You calling me. This is what you do. You call Pink. Tell her to give you the proof of purchase for the computer. That way you can reach out to Apple and get the services that you need. Other than that, you ain't going to get any service. They need a proof of purchase when you purchase it. You can't say, well, Pink bought me a computer and now, if she gave it to me. It don't go that way. You got to call her and get proof of purchase from her. And then you can use that proof of purchase, have the name changed over to your name, And now you can get your stuff serviced. Bruh, you're working backwards. And once you get that, then you can get the software that you need to do the thing that you want to do. I'm giving him advice. Bruh then said, all right, thank you. And he just hangs up. But he didn't say, yo, man, oh, by the way, do you need a computer? Do you want a computer? Can Pink grab you something? And I said, Pink can't buy nothing for me because I'm a Grammy member. You know what I mean? I mean, Pink elect Pink. And let's get to this part. of me being a Grammy member, a music producer whatsoever. Long time ago, before Pink, after Pink got her deal, and then I appreciate him for inviting me to the platinum party. He's like, man, you want to go to Pink's platinum party? Yeah, man, shoot, I ain't doing nothing. And then y'all see in the picture, I had my suit on whatsoever. Everybody else dressed all cool. I got a suit on like I'm her manager, right? So we go in the Club OM up in New York. So we drive all the way up to New York, Club OM, park the whips, and then we saw a devil boy walking down the street before he became a full devil, which is Jay-Z. He walking down the street. We on our way to the OM party. He coming away from the OM party because we was on the same block. He was on this side of the block. Club OM was on this side of the block, right? And he was coming down, like I guess, because he wasn't getting no crown there. Because you had Cuba Links, you had all the rappers down there at Pink's party. So I guess man, get out of here, dog. You might as well leave. So he left. He walked down the street all by himself. No entourage, no Beyonce, no devil worshippers, nobody. He walking down the street all by himself, right? So my man Bub, heaven rest his soul, my man's brother who passed away, said, "Yo, can I take a picture with you?" And I don't know whether my man took a picture. I'm not even going to say his name. I don't think my man even took a picture with him. Man, I ain't taking no picture with this dude, man. He ain't nobody, dog. He can't even make any tracks. All you do is sing and hustle tracks. Dog, I make music. Dog, y'all know me. No music artist gonna be better than me. It's impossible that anybody out there right now can produce a song, have his own studio, write all the lyrics, play all the instruments. There's nobody out there like me, and y'all know that. A lot of y'all won't give me credit because that's what y'all like to do, not give me credit for what I do. Then y'all think I'm bragging for stats that I have that are true, and that's kind of crazy. I should be a rapper because I can freestyle off the top of the dome. This track right here if I want to, because this is one of my tracks. Everybody hating on a homie, trying to get it lonely, trying to make me lonely. And no, I'm not saying. But I'm saying, you see what I'm saying? So, and this video is actually for Alicia. This is for Alicia. That's why I was on private. Nobody's here because I got it on private. So, just in case you think everybody here in this video, no, it's just for you. It's just for you and your boy. So, we decided to come together and make a joint, me, him, and his cousin, right? So, the name of the company has my name intertwined. In fact, I made the name of the company. I put a little bit of his first name, a little bit of my name. I mean, not a little bit of first name. Yeah, a little bit of the first name, a little bit of my name, Rajor, and then we put something on the end because his cousin didn't have a letter that we can throw into the name of the company. And that was the name of the company. I'll tell you what it is, Miraji Entertainment. So if you look up Miraji Entertainment, you'll never see me in a picture. You'll see him in the picture. You'll see the studio in the picture that Pink pretty much paid for, everything there. But you won't see me in any pictures at Miraji Entertainment. But what you will know is every 5 minutes he gets something from Pink, and Pink sent him something anytime he wants something, because I guess Pink owes him $300 million. Anytime Pink come to town, give him tickets. Don't give me tickets. But I gave Pink 4 tracks. One day he called me and said, yeah, Pink, want to come down here and some of your music. Now, my studio wasn't here. My studio was down North Philly at the time, 24th and Allegheny, Fox Street. So at that time, I'm living in East Oak Lane. You know what I mean? So I said, all right, cool. I haven't moved my equipment up there yet. So I came down and said, all right, meet y'all down there. She said, well, she got to catch a plane because she's going overseas. So, she needed to be down the airport. I'm taking her to the airport. Can you be down in your studio by 8 o'clock so we can make it down? That's all right, bet. I get out of my bed, go all the way down to, this is last month. This wasn't no last night he told me this. This is that day. I get out of my bed, I come down to the studio. If I remember correctly, either way, go down to the studio, knock on the door, look out the door, look out the peephole. I'm like, I see him. I didn't know who the female was. I'm like, there ain't no Pink. I mean, the hair was wrapped up, and I saw these kind of little zits and whatsoever. You know what I mean? What it is, skin thing. This is it. Everybody gets zits except me, right? I just get jacked up beard hair I can't get rid of. I got to scrape my face off to get rid of the hair, right? But so that's the deal, right? I ain't no freaking Pink. It reminded me one time I got ganked by this squad. I got a lot of stories to tell, man. I'm an old head. I've been through a lot, right? All right. So one day I got ganked by these guys because they said they knew redhead Kingpin, right? And at the time he only had like 2 songs out, but it was bangers, right? So they tricked me into thinking they had redhead Kingpin down my studio in North Philly, my little small studio when I first started. And I told him, yeah, all right, cool. He listened to my track. Yeah, I like that. I can spit on that. It wasn't even no redhead Kingpin. So fast forward, now I'm thinking, that ain't no Pink. He ganking me, man. So open the door, they come in. Hey, how you doing? I'm Alicia. She ain't saying it was Pink. She said, I'm Alicia. This video for you. You remember. You came down to my studio. So she said, well, I'm just looking for some tracks. I said, all right, cool. So, I had CDs with a lot of tracks. But I had my tracks on my master link, which is what I still had the same master link. 20 years ago. Well, it might be a new one, but still. 20 years ago, I had this master link. 25 years ago. That's after she got her platinum record for the album. And now, from what I understand, just out of what I think, she didn't want to be the next Christina Aguilera, a white girl sounding black. She didn't want to be messing around with that genre of white girls being black. So she decided to go pop. She decided to go pop. So from what I understand, she broke her contract with LaFace Records. So when it was over, it was over. And then she rolled out. And now she do what she do now. She do pop rock, things like that, right? So I let her hear 4 tracks. And I let her a whole bunch of tracks. I'm like, all right, man. She was like, all right, take that one. I take that one. All right, cool. So I put it on the list to burn it, right? On the CD. Next track. Okay, I like that one. Next, no, I don't like that one. You only need like maybe 30 seconds, maybe 15 if she know what she's looking for. You don't need a whole song to find out whether you like the song, because you're going to rearrange the song anyway eventually if you take the song. You're like, all right, cool. I want to make sure I'm involved in the reproduction of the track, though. It's my track, right? I don't know what she did with the 4 songs she took. She took 4 songs, burnt them on the CD. She could have walked out the door and threw them in the trash. I mean, if she didn't like anything, all she had to do is say, nah, I'm not really feeling anything for what I'm trying to do now. Because, I ain't just got finished doing a remix for Jill Scott on her Long Walk song through Hidden Beach, right? Hidden Beach, my man Mel turned me on to that. People always hook me up with stuff, man. I got hooked up with Hidden Beach Records, who was running Jill Scott and, the guy with the eye, the cats in Philly, that was doing neo soul. So he heard one of my tracks in the background when Mel was over there on his board because they're promoting Jill. And he heard the background. For understand, all I know is Mel was handing me the phone. I'm like, I said, who's this? He was like, oh, it's Steve McKeever from Hidden Beach Records. Hey, what's up? Hey, man, that's your music in the background? Yeah, man, that's my thing. I'm making a track for, when the homies down here. Yeah, man, I really like what I hear, man. I heard the track, and I automatically said, yo, track. He said, would you be interested in doing a remix for Jill Scott Long Walk? Man, I can do that. He said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the track, and I'm going to send you all just the vocals. I still got it here. Just the track and just the vocals. I still got it in my studio because I got to have receipts. And when I talk stuff about me, I got to have my receipts at all times, right? Still got that. You see me there, blah, blah, blah. So I did it. I resampled everything, did a joint, ended up hearing it joint in the club. So Mel told, I said, what happened, man? He said, nah, man, he wasn't really feeling it. So they went with a joint. They went with a dude from Wu-Tang Clan. How am I going to redo a track, Jill Scott, and you got Wu-Tang Clan on board? Wu-Tang Clan. I forgot the brother. Maybe it was RZA, somebody she did the collaboration with. And they did that. Look, hey, man, look, it's competition. I'm just saying, Wu-Tang Clan, I ain't have a chance, right? But that was cool. I had the opportunity. But then he hit me back. He said, well, I ain't like that. He said, well, you want to do something for Brenda Russell? I said, what song? He was like, Walking in New York. Oh, that's one of my favorite songs. Yo, send me that. And then when I thought about it again, they sent me the track for Walking in New York. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it. I wasn't feeling that rejection of that one because I thought I wasn't given a fair chance. You put me up against Wu-Tang Clan. I'm not going to get that gig. So, because I did like a let's take a long walk, let's take. And now that's my favorite song I sing when I go to karaoke night. Here I really dig your company. End up being one of my songs I sing when I go to karaoke night, right? But I wasn't singing then. I was just, I could sing back then, but I was just music production, right? And write my albums. So yeah, so he didn't take it. So he sent me the joints, and I ain't even respond back. I ain't say I was doing it, I wasn't doing what I was doing it. Look, my music speaks for itself. I could have been a recording artist by now, but I don't sign contracts with record labels. Period. People don't know that. People look at me and think, "Oh, right, he ain't gonna never do nothing." But y'all just don't even know the half of it. But I don't tell her my haters, because I don't want my haters all of a sudden, I ain't telling you to celebrate me. Most of the time, I don't even talk about my music. I just let my music play in the background. Y'all know my music. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on Apple. I'm all over the place. I got albums all over the place. I did collabs with people, everything. Oh, man, I ain't got to keep proving myself and trying to get some black folk to buy my stuff, because they don't buy stuff. I got to get people overseas to buy my music. I got to get people here in the record labels who be like, "Oh, I love your track." Miss Quack. Then Karen Quack from Universal Music. I think she's from Universal. Where's Karen Quack from? Yeah, I get a job. "Oh, I love your music." Fine. But ain't no need that unless you want to buy a song for an artist. I'm not signing no contract with no record labels. I got my own record label, the Hollow Media Group LLC. That's my record label. I'm not signing with no other record label so you can hold me hostage. I'm not doing that. I know how the game works. I'd rather be just what I'm doing now, looking fly, fashion, fragrances, my own studio. But I know the U.S. Navy veteran, 35 years of scepter. Know what I mean? Now I'm a limo driver. And that's where this really comes into play a little bit right now. When I took y'all all out of the Pink thing, she got the 4 tracks, she's gone. I hear no more from Pink. Not personally through him, not from her, not an email, not a text, not a nothing. I don't hear nothing from Alicia. Nothing from Alicia. But I pick up a lot of clients that live in Doylestown and Buckingham. So a lot of my hustle is, not my hustle for my clients, it's not a hustle. But when we get like maybe a half hour from where we going, I'll kind of just, get a conversation started so I can tell them, "Oh, yeah, well, I used to work for Scepter." "Really, you did?" Yeah. I'm a Grammy member. I do a little music whatsoever. Up about now. We up around Doylestown ride now. Now I say, I met Pink a couple of times. I went to one of her platinum parties and I gave her some of my music for a long time. "Really?" "Yeah. No." Unless I tell somebody, they never know. Because Alicia, I don't know what you did with the tracks. It don't matter. I'm not hustling you for tracks like your boy hustling you for microphones and computers and then calling me to my how to set it up. Look, that's crazy, yo. I mean, I became a Grammy member on my own. I became a Grammy member because people vetted me into the Grammy because I make good songs. I got 10 albums. And I got, let me stop doing these albums, man. The black people don't, that's why you ain't over here being a black artist trying to sound being a white girl. And you ain't really consider you white, really. But I know. But you ain't want to play that game either. You ain't want to be a white girl sounding black. And I know ain't no black people gonna buy my music. My friends, my family, nobody buys my music. So I'm pitching overseas. I'm pitching over there to India and Japan. I'm pitching over there. I never get any support here. That's why you left R&B to do what you doing. Because you knew where the money was. It made sense to let LaFace go, because LaFace will rob you blind, as they did unfortunately with the girls. Robbed them blind. Robbed Tony Braxton, robbed her blind. Anybody, they rob everybody blind. They make the tracks, same song. All right, let's put this track on Aretha. All right, put this track. It's the same track, retreaded, maybe change the key whatsoever. They lazy. The Face always been lazy. Dude really, come on, man. Babyface is a nice guitar player, whatever, but dude ain't on my level. He can't write no songs. I wrote many more songs than Babyface has been wrote. I look at his catalog. My BMI catalog got over 300 songs on it. Babyface don't have 300 songs on his catalog. I written more songs than Babyface. Now, I ain't working with me or Babyface, but I don't sign record contracts. I ain't in a position. And I ain't trying to be in a position because I could have played with Boys and Men. I'd have been in Boys and Men studio with LL Cool J. I could have wrote tracks for them. Dog. I ain't writing tracks for nobody. These are my tracks. I wrote these tracks in my car, sitting at Fern Rock, writing albums. Whether I was at Fern Rock, whether I was when the L, driving the L, I wrote all my tracks. I wrote all my albums while I was Scepter. That's probably why I can't write an album now, because it was all cool sitting in my car every day just writing tracks. Alicia, you know what I'm saying? I write tracks. But your boy would never tell you that. Your boy would never tell you anything I'm doing for him over here. You send him the loot. You buy the rims. You buy this for him. You buy that. He holds you on. I don't know why you even dealing with that anymore. That's been played out. And the fact that even if I was you, I would say, look, man, that's as far as we going. I done hook you up. Now you got to go on your own, make your own money. I done bought you the studio. You got everything. I done bought everything for the studio, and you got your technical advisor over here, Roger, helping you out. I ain't got a dime from you for the 4 tracks. I ain't got a dime from Lamar. Oops, I said his name. That's all right. Who cares? I ain't got nothing from nobody. I don't beg for nothing. But what I will say is, I gotta let people know things, man. Man, I'm saying like to everybody, even him, if you look at this video, you share this video with him, because only one gonna get the link to this video is you and possibly him. And what really got me jacked up yesterday was, you know, I'm a fragrance guy. Check out my channel. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm a fragrance reviewer. I do everything. I'm into fashion. I'm freaking, yo, I've been in movies. I've been in, look, I was in 21 Bridges, a little small part. I done did 2 films. I've been on TV. I did all that stuff. I done did everything. Ain't nothing I can't do. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't nobody trying to hit you up that door. Why don't you send me something? I don't need you to send me nothing. Everything is here that I need. I bought on my own. Now, if you want to like give me some props and some play, do that. Let me write a song for you or something. But I can't be invisible anymore. Dude called to see him yesterday. I mean, day before going into Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to get ready to go to work because now I'm a chauffeur. And that's where your name come up. Like I said, I chauffeur people. A lot of people, nice cribs up in Doylestown and Buckingham. A lot of nice cribs. I do with millionaires. I did with normal folk. They use our company, Sterling. And I take them to the airport, I take them to the Newark Airport, wherever they're going to go. I'm in Doylestown a lot because it's right kind of like only 30 minutes away from my base, right? And I pick up somebody, you know, and I know Pink. I don't know Pink. I met Pink. But Pink don't know anything about Roger, right? Which is crazy. Because that boy ain't never put an album out. Still using my name, Maraji Entertainment. I made that name. Ma for Mari, Raj, that's my name, and G. I made that name up, Alicia. So, if you want to be so kind as to, you can do what you got to do. I appreciate you. You can hit me back. This is going to be private to you. Only to you. And if you want to send it to him, send it to him. Right now, nobody even knows this video is doing because it's on unlisted. It's only going to be listed to the person I send a link to. I've been doing this for years. I've been doing fragrance reviews for years. For almost 13, 14 years, I've been doing these YouTube videos talking about fragrance reviews. I mean, I got 3,000 subscribers. That's only because I only talk about high-end stuff. I don't talk about low-end stuff. I'm not a low-end dude. But come on now. Come on, let's be real with it. You know what I mean? And you can respond. You can call me. My number is 215-869-3722. Or you can call 215, my business number, 930-6455. You can call either one of them numbers. Or you don't have to. I mean, when you come to town, you don't send me any tickets to come to your concerts. That's fine. You send to him. He don't say, well, yo, man, you want to go to the concert? I mean, he let me come to your platinum party. He let me put together the gear that you sent to him, help him use it, help him find out about it, set up software, buy interfaces. He'll call me for that. But has he ever told you I did that for him? Has he said, well, you know my man Rod, you know, we go back, you met him, you know, you think I can, you know, slide something for him, you know what I mean? You want to grab something for him? I had to get off my chest. Now it's done. You know the story. I know the story. I have receipts. RAJURmusic.com. I am a Grammy member. 10 albums. Vetted by Grammy members from overseas all over the world. I know people in India. I know people in South Africa. They respect me for what I do. And that's what I do. That's how I became a Grammy member. Not just working around this hood. I don't live in the hood now. I live in the burbs a little bit. He lived dang near across the street from me. But, you know, but I'm just saying, I got proven track record that I am a true musician, a true studio owner. I never went to a studio in my life. When back in the day when I was getting studios, I was going down, I was trying to go to Teddy Pendergrass Studios, $125 an hour. And that was cheap back then. I mean, that's cheap now. I mean, that's still kind of expensive though. You know what I mean? I don't charge that much to come to my studio because I'm doing music production. So you come in here, you getting the whole song, you getting the whole kit and caboodle. I'm getting the whole shebang bang if we do something together, you know. But for the most part, you know, it's not cool, yo. It's not cool, yo. And you don't have to respond to this video. All I know is I had to make it to clear my conscience. Because when that brother said the other day, yo, man, you smell good. Bro, you know how I do. I'm a fragrance reviewer. I buy niche fragrances. That's all I do. Now I do UAE fragrances if you don't know about that. You want to know about fragrances? Holler at your boy. I got you. Don't let nobody else buy. Have you buying? I'm surprised you don't have your own perfume out called Pink Perfume or something. Or Alicia, I don't know what that. But that's what I do. I'm in the business. I'm in everybody's business. I'm in all the business. As an actor, model, YouTube content, whatever. I'm not over Instagram on stuff. I don't hustle bottles. I don't hustle money. I don't get. I've been. Look, Google jammed me up a long time ago. YouTube suspended my account a long time ago as far as money. I don't get no monetization for doing nothing with YouTube. That's why I do what I want on YouTube. I can say what I want to because they can't stop me because I'm not taking any money. Like I don't take money from friggin' record labels. I have my own record label. I'm my own talent. Right? So check my music out, rogermusic.com. It'll probably be a little bit more better from when I gave you them 4 tracks back in the day. What happened to them tracks? Did you just toss them? I mean, because people toss them. You know, if you was being kind, I would rather you say, well, no, I'm not really hearing anything I want. And you could just roll. But no, you got, give me that one. I don't like that one. Give me that one. Give me that one. Don't like that one. Give me that. I think you do about 6, 7 tracks. You ain't have a lot of time. What happened to the tracks? I don't know, you sold them to somebody? Did you keep them? Did you fish them? You still got them? Old time's sake? From your boy? And now my conscience is now clear. I don't have to keep holding that in. I'm sending it to the person who need to hear this. Not Lamar. Not Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Me and you. This is me and your thing. All right? Now, I'm not going to post it yet. But I want to let people know why I'm not in the music business like that. Because the music business is dirty. And it's probably not even you. He probably never even asked for anything about me. He probably even mentioned my name anytime. After you went and did your thing, got your money, moved overseas whatsoever, you coming back to Philly every now and then to go to a concert. He ain't say you want to go to the Pink concert. You ain't said you want to come to my concert. What am I supposed to say? It's only because I said, yo, where did I get that? Where you get that fragrance from? I said, why? It smelled good. I said, well, I got it from Dubai. How much are you willing to spend? What's your budget? Oh, I didn't think I had to have a budget. I was being sarcastic. How much Pink gonna give you to buy this fragrance? That's what I was saying. I'm being sarcastic. I was being sarcastic. Cause I never saw somebody relying on so many women. I told him, you rely on your wife. You rely on Pink. Bro, I ain't see you build nothing on your own yet. So me and the boy's done. He ain't gonna be calling me anymore. He ain't got to say nothing to me. You know, he want to play games. You know, and I don't play games. I'm a grown man. I'm 64 years old. I've known that boy for almost 25 years. He never did nothing for me. For real. Never. Always helped him, though. That's your people. That you owe $300 million because of him. Have a nice day.